Drama-seeking dramaphobes, aka Iblis-trigger-seeking haters.
You haven't improved. I'm gonna tell the whole world. Also, the past is always irrelevant. Also, Pixar didn't happen. Also, no, shut up. Evidence don't matter. No, you. It's no use. Move on. Also, apologize please and thanks.
The Somebody Tell 'em crew.
Bruh, you are up, over, and gone. Out of your mind.
That meme I put together aside, those are the two types of people out of many folks involved in drama. And, there's people who crave drama, but they also don't like it. It's like, if it's not them, it doesn't matter to them. Or, hey, I'll eat popcorn and watch it. It's whatever happens to the person. They don't want to hear it, but they want to start drama when they feel like it. It's stupid. But that aside, I am returning from a long break. And it's because my health wasn't good. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm just telling it like it is. And you say whatever you want behind the scenes about me, if you're that type of person. Because there's so many people that spread hate, and a lot of folks who fear hate. And my thing is, this video that I worked on, BreakTheCycle17, Easterchu, Dumbsville, and Femboy Kirito 2 versus Goth Nebula, I was supposed to do a follow-up, and I was conflicted. And I was conflicted because I thought, like, hey, this video I watched by Femboy Kirito 2 is not worth doing. But then I thought, like, I have to, like, tie up the loop and explain what happened. So now, here I am. There's been plenty of people in my life that crave drama, and they push me to pick sides without me realizing it at times. And there are times where I didn't pick sides, but they got mad at me over it. And there's some people that didn't get mad for me not believing them, but they pressured me until they got an answer that made them happy. I don't like that. If you want someone to make a video about a certain person you don't like, or you want them to talk about them or whatever for your own amusement, leave that person alone. Leave both of them alone. There's too much of that happening because we have politics happening. We have politics going on with so many people getting hurt, so many people being brainwashed, and a lot of you aren't doing a thing about it. But you are going after people you don't like or people you want to change. It's stupid. So I do want to apologize for this right here, this label having bullies up here. I wanted to make a point that you have 3 people who didn't help Goth Nebula. They bullied her. But I feel like I could have used a different type of label here, something that made it a little more neutral. I don't know what, because Dumbsville, Goth Nebula, and, not Goth Nebula, Dumbsville, Easterchu, and Femboy Kirito 2, they could have their roles switched. Hypothetically speaking, they could go through what they put Goth Nebula through, and anyone else. They could be bullied by Sonic 93, Akai Jane, Yoshi 1, Goth Nebula, and people will believe them over them, but that's not the case because Dumbsville has so many fans out there, even though there's a lot of non-fans out there too, over the years. And my point is, favoritism is large, just like it is with politics. You have this guy right here, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, and Joe Biden. You have people who are divided because they don't know who to trust. And sometimes they do, and they just blindly say, oh, well, this person is telling the truth because they say something I like. Why is it all about favoritism? Because these two right here, Imane Khelif and Mikayla, I meant to talk about them, but I'm going to leave like links to articles in regards to them so people can educate themselves. Mikayla, she is someone who unlived herself over hate. And Imane Khelif is someone who was accused of being transgender. She is a cisgender woman, she's always been cisgender. And it's because she's a boxer. She's an Algerian boxer. And a lot of folks who are against LGBTQ, they accuse her of being trans. And I'm thinking to myself, like, because she's strong and because of the force of her punch that she gave to another female boxer, because of how she looks, because she doesn't have, like, the typical woman body, she's not female? And she's not cisgender? Like, what? And you look her up, you see her right here, especially, this is her as a young girl. But haters beg to differ and tried to spread a different narrative about her, and so they did. And Mikayla Reigns, she and another individual, this individual is non-binary, Squid Kid Quadruple One, aka Ash, they unlived themselves because of hate and racism towards their cosplaying. And if you are a cosplayer, you have the right to cosplay any character that you love. It doesn't matter how quote-unquote inaccurate you look. That is a form of art right there. So, Dumbsville, Easterchu, and Femboy Kirito 2, they wasted their time trying to correct Goth Nebula. And, Dumbsville tried to correct Silent 93, but all of that energy, all that potential could have been used to help people, to bring us together. It's too much of this stuff. And I imagine, what if Dumbsville, Kirito 2, and Easterchu actually had to put up with hate that was so massive that one of them unlived themselves? Now, I tell you, if Easterchu, Femboy Kirito 2, or Dumbsville unlived themselves, I would be really upset. I would be pissed at the people that drove them off. And I'll be upset like, hey, I wish I knew just how far things were going so I could help stop it. Because despite me calling them out, they're human beings. Just like Goth Nebula.
Hello.
Oh, jeez. Don't mind that. So, before I even watch this video right here, I'm going to read Goth Nebula's response to Easterchu's video. She said, "So be Easterchu doesn't know the real me. She only believed it, likes to hear what Dumbsville says. And even Lila Rossi," I think I pronounced her name wrong, "the pathological liar from Miraculous Ladybug, was right about one thing. People can't resist what they like to hear. Whether it's a gossip, rumor, slander, or a lie, they can't resist both the truth and a false story. This is what they all faced. They face haters who crave what they want to hear from folks like Dumbsville and Easterchu and Femboy Kirito 2. Like, not directly, but I'm just saying examples, because Imane and Mikayla Reigns, they don't have anything to do with these three, and Yoshi 1 and Akai, I don't think they have anything to do with these three either. But going back, she can't always believe everything Dumbsville says, because there are times can be wrong from time to time than just being right. Even journalists and reporters can be wrong too. She is right about that. They are being too literal. And from what I think about Easterchu, like you said about nitpicking, she's not digging deeper to verify sources. She's judging too quickly without even getting to know me from my sites. Have I cyberbullied anyone? No. Everything I post is either based on my life and the things I enjoy. Same goes for Dumbsville too. I did not want to be a victim, but he started it all. He's the one playing victim here, and from his man-child behavior, it's almost as if something... It's almost as something he watched from things that are inappropriate, like Family Guy. Show can rot people's behavior. It's almost as he was too hyper, or he's not in self-control. So it doesn't mean Dumbsville and Easterchu knows everything about me. They only want to trust my words into gaslight and slander. They didn't want to help me. They only want more viewers on their page. If both of them don't like the way I am or what I do online, that's fine. But it's not okay, to make rant videos of me to attract millions of viewers to get brainwashed. From what I learned in bear with me, please, brain fart. From what I learned in the past about making friends, it's always important to know what we say. If we can't think of what to say, don't say anything at all. If they can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. It's that simple, which is why I never attacked the harassers, because I kept my mouth shut and not give them attention. If I went up to Dumbsville's face and asked him if he can improve English grammar, can he improve his grammar in Spanish? I don't think he can. English is an easy language we speak and know, but there are thousands of languages that have very complicated grammar, past tense, present tense, and future tense. English is not the only language. I tried to learn Spanish, but it wasn't easy to learn, but I did learn a few things from it. It's the communication I'm not good at in Spanish. Its grammar is very complicated. I can't improve my Spanish, but I can only know what I have learned so far in Spanish. Same thing with my cousins from my mom's side of the family. They don't speak English, but at least they did try. To them, it was difficult to understand its grammar, the same way Spanish was difficult for me. Also, when Easterchu said I can ignore half of criticism, I get it, but she's wrong about saying no one is going to hurt me. I was hurt emotionally and mentally, not physically. If she's talking about if I'm going to get hurt physically, she's not aware that there is a such thing as getting hurt emotionally and mentally. Our bodies can respond to psychological pains by emotions. How is that even helpful that I can ignore criticism but I won't get hurt? I did choose to ignore cyberbullies, but they are like a plague that never stops. Like a virus to infect one viewer to another, to spread lies to another as it grows. In 2020, there were a lot of harassments mentioning about discovering from Dumbsville. It never stopped. And no, I can't ignore half the criticism. I mean, I can, but I can't if they are gonna continue harassing me with insults. This right here is a screenshot of Easterchu's video. It says Solo Doggo 973. This is on DeviantArt. So you saw the new Dumbsville video. Goth Nebula says, no, but my friend saw it for me. He said that my art had a few same poses and anatomy. Dumbsville wants me to improve my writing better, which I'm trying really hard. She says, that one, yes, my autistic friend that was there for me after I got ranted by Dumbsville. He watched the videos for me because I asked him to. He understood that I was going through a lot of anxiety and depression. He didn't criticize or judge my mental health as an excuse. I cannot say his username because it's for his sake of his safety. He was a supportive friend. Also, I heard that the flood washed away the campers in Texas. Very tragic news. 24 victims, 3 heroes. Goth was giving me heads up on what was happening elsewhere, which is actually relevant. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world to this day. And a lot of you, if any of you make these type of videos, going after folks and trying to criticize them and say, oh, have you changed? You could actually help so many people. Use that energy to let people know, like, hey, this person is in danger and stuff. You could, like, combat pedophiles and stuff. You could do so much. But folks like Easterchu and Dumbsville and Femboy Kirito too, you went after Goth Nebula. So I'm going to watch this right here. I'm not watching Kirito's video for the sake of trying to gaslight him or anything like that. I'm here to criticize what he's done because his video is one of many archetypes of what people fail to like understand is a problem. So another thing too is Femboy Kirito happened to be a Dumbsville simp, like Easterchu. I don't know if they're still fans of Dumbsville to this day. That's not really what I'm worried about. But Goth Nebula, you need serious help. This is in 2020. I get it. Why am I doing it now? Again, because it's relevant. It's because this video, it can affect anyone. Someone could have so much hate towards Femboy Kirito 2 for the wrongest reasons, despite what he said about Goth Nebula, and they could take it to the next level and come after him, or someone could watch his video and come after Goth Nebula. There's a loop that's been going on with this hate. Either the hater gets hated on and gets hurt, or the victim continues getting hurt, or both. Listen, do not take this seriously, he says in his description. I'm making this video just to help instead of claiming that I was harassing people. I wasn't trying to harm or mean-spirit, and I hope this video proves more like Dumbsville, so please don't you ever, and I mean ever, harass anyone, so please and thank you. Stay eternal. So, I'm actually confused in comparison to when I first read it, like, months ago. And I'm like, wait, the harassment part. Like, I mean ever harass anyone, so please and thank you. Are you talking about Goth Nebula? Or are you trying to encourage people not to harass her or anybody? So a little different perspective there. And you mentioned Dumbsville, and I'm like, oh, of course, you're trying to impress Dumbsville with this stuff. I mean, you and Easterchu. I know this is 2025, but back then, y'all were really big Dumbsville simps. But anywho, let's get on it.
Holy shit! We're gonna get a good start of this video, everybody.
You're gonna take us for a wild ride. But yeah, so Femboy Kirito 2 is laughing at Goth Nebula's I guess journal here or diary and on DeviantArt. And I'm just thinking, he's laughing and you're like, Goth Nebula, you need serious help. And how's this funny?
Woo! Let's go!
And he sounds rather excited.
Konnichiwa everyone, Kirito here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, it's been like a week ago since I made another video, so, I guess why not make another commentary video? I mean, I miss making notes. So, let's talk about Goth Nebula because, like, do you remember that one time that I used to be friends with Brad Hedgehog for like 2 years ago? I remember that. So, I mean, Brad, if you're watching this, look, I know I'm trying to criticize Goth.
Brad Hedgehog? Hold on.
I used to be friends with Brad Hedgehog for like 2 years ago. I remember that.
There's something that Kirito says in the video later that seems to contradict that, and I will point it out.
So, I mean, Brad, if you're watching this, look, I know I'm trying to criticize Goth Nebula because she doesn't listen. And she's just posting this in public. In DeviantArt. Like, what in the actual fuck? This is stupid, man. Also, again, I do not intend to harass anyone, or, they claimed that I was harassing anyone. I'm just doing the criticism in purpose, alright?
Here's the thing. If you are criticizing someone to the point that people are saying you're harassing them, even if you're not, the best thing to do is to chill or to just step off, so that way they don't make you look bad. But if you happen to be harassing them and you say you're just criticizing can lead to harassment depending on the type of criticism you're given. If you're trying to be harsh and like overbearing and you're stepping in someone's face saying like, oh, you got to change, you haven't changed, like what's going on, you need help, you need to take some medication and stuff, that is harassment right there. Because you're trying to push somebody to be someone they're not.
criticism purposes matters. So with that being said, let's get right into this video.
It also matters how you criticize somebody.
Now, the first thing, in your part, about this, it's not okay to criticize. You just had the audacity just to use the young girl and throw her under the fucking bus. Just to cover your own ass. Like, dude, I know the young girl has autism, and so did I do. But does that mean that you have to use everybody and then you throw them at the bus to cover something? That is so fucking selfish, dude. You're really selfish. That's really proof that you're much of a selfish person. I mean, look at this shit, man. Come on, bro. Come on. The second thing is that
it is not always wrong for somebody to reference someone who has gone through unliving themselves. It depends on why. It really depends on how and why they bring it up about that person. You cannot say that someone has an ulterior motive or agenda, especially if that person is trying to make a point that they're being harassed and people have actually outed themselves, unlived themselves over hate, over harassment. You have to consider that.
You don't even listen. You still don't listen. And thinking, it's okay. I'm just, gotta get away from criticism and be a total fucking dumbass.
Goth Nebula, you need serious help. This video is not you trying to help Goth Nebula. It's you ranting to your fans or whoever was listening at the time about how you feel and that you are the victim and stuff, and that you are just trying to help Goth Nebula when you're not or weren't, and then you feel like people ganged up on you because they said that you were harassing her. This is what it's about.
Like an average dumbass would do, because all of my white knights are going to fucking, make an exposed video of Dumbsville, and this has to stop kind of bullshit that these human beings had to put up with this shit.
Where are the people that were attacking Dumbsville? Like, why didn't you show a screenshot or footage of it? Why didn't you? And also, I mean, I don't care how popular Dumbsville was or is. You still show evidence just in case he needs backup. Someone who is famous is not always telling the truth. You can have a whole lot of fame and you can still be a liar. You can have pretty much no fame and still tell the truth. See what I'm saying? As if you were listening, but Dumbsville and you and Easterchu, you're not Goth Nebula's guardian angels. You never were. So when you were telling her to improve or whatever, it wasn't up to you. It's not up to you. So when someone tells Dumbsville to improve, let's say I told Dumbsville to improve. I'm like, Dumbsville, why are you still acting like a maniac? Why are you still laughing so much? Why are you still into memes and stuff? That is not my business to tell Dumbsville to do those things or whatever, to get away from it. I am not Dumbsville's dad. I am not his god. You're not Goth Nebula's god.
Like, what the actual fuck, you stupid monkeys! And also, let me say something about this right now. The second issue, and it's that, you've been emotionally hurt online because, somebody's been criticizing you. Give me a break, dog! Give me a fucking break! Holy shit!
Let's go here. Right here. And I'm going to read this stuff after the video, but I'm going to just show this part. I mean, for the sake of anyone who can just read this. This is something that Darkness Soul 71 said to Goth Nebula. And, they mentioned Dumbsville channel. And right here, they told Goth Nebula to go jump off a cliff and die. Is that criticism? No. And there's plenty of more to come after that.
What the actual fuck? Like, for real. It's like saying, the word that just going to the gay people and just emotionally hurt their feelings.
This has nothing to do with gay folk. Leave them out of it. Another thing is, you bring up gay folk, and I'm guessing, I don't know if you had or have anything against gays, but it really offends me that you do this. And it's a poor example. You talk about how it's a bad thing for Goth Nebula to bring up someone who committed suicide, in relation to the fact that she's being hated on and attacked, and people are using the criticism label to invite themselves to attack her, and you are bringing up gays to make some type of example that is poor. It has come off as a slur.
Like, what the fuck? This is so stupid. This is so fucking stupid. Listen. If you claim that I was bullying you, well, you probably need to get your brain checked. Because, who knows? I don't know what is wrong with you. You need to take this kind of, you need to go to a therapist. You need to help. You need fucking help with that shit, alright? Go to a local therapist that you can find and take some meds.
You don't know what's wrong with her, but you want her to go to a therapist and take some meds because she doesn't want to listen to you, because she has expressed that she's hurt by people who are trying to quote-unquote criticize her but are spreading hate. They're bullying her. You're called out by people who are saying, leave her alone. You are harassing her. And you're saying, no, I'm not, but Goth Nebula needs to go get serious help. So here's the thing. Why aren't you talking about the folks who called you out? Why are you only talking about Goth Nebula? And if you're trying to help her in any way, why are you bringing up therapists and bringing up meds? And here's the thing. Meds do not always help people. There are the wrong kinds of meds. Meds have side effects. So criticism itself. Criticism does not always help people. It can hurt them depending on what it is and how the person criticizes that person.
Alright? So that you just don't emotionally hurt online, alright? Because this is sickening, alright?
Femboy Kirito 2, you may as well tell everybody in their grave who have unlived themselves, who have committed suicide from hate, the same thing you're telling Goth Nebula. You may as well tell them that. Because I'm sick of people acting like, oh, you can't get hurt online. You're immune on... What type of people use the internet? Who uses the internet? Human beings use the internet. Human beings have emotions. Goth Nebula has emotions. Same thing for Dumbsville. Dumbsville has emotions. Easterchu has emotions. You, Femboy Kirito 2, you have emotions. So, if it was you, the way you're acting right here in the video, if it was you, you would be crying for help. And rightfully so, if people were ganging up on you to hurt you online.
Your post, all your posts about, not accepting criticism, it's really sickening in the head. Makes you go insane at the moment.
If somebody doesn't want your criticism and they happen to be in the wrong, it's not up to you to change them. If that person is going to be an asshole, if Goth Nebula were hypothetically being an asshole and saying, well, I don't care for criticism, everybody sucks, and when they talk to me, they're just a bunch of babies, then you let her deal with her loss in knowledge and gaining and gaining inspiration and gaining criticism. You let her deal with that. But this is not about that. It's about favoritism and trying to get a lot of views. Like she said, you just want the views and stuff. So you're saying that about Easterchu and Dumbsville, I think, but still, you are not trying to help her in this video. You're speaking to your audience, ranting to them, but trying to make it look like you're trying to help when you're not.
Probably makes you want to go to the insane asylum, like, or some shit.
Whoa, cowboy. Really?
And this? Please don't be harsh on me. Like, dude, I don't want to, like, ask you this, but how old are you? Like, seriously, how old are you? Are you, like, fucking 12?
Please, don't be harsh on me, but how old are you? Femboy Kirito 2, I can tell when you made this video, you were extremely nervous, and you were worried that you were going to get called out again. That's what it's all about. This is not about trying to understand Goth Nebula or help her. This is about you. Wrongfully so. And her age has nothing to do with it. People of different ages are going to be emotional. They have emotions. Kids have emotions. Teenagers have emotions. Adults have emotions.
Are you fucking 12?
There you go.
Because, like, 12-year-olds, just to do, stereotypes like this, man. Going emo shit. Very emo shit.
I mean, you're kind of very emotional right now, and I'm not blaming you for it, but I'm actually calling you out on how you're being emotional.
Like, fuck. Even Hot Topic would body this shit, man. I swear to fucking Christ, dude.
I mean, Hot Topic, I used to go there, but again, what does this have to do with what you claim to be doing? I mean...
Like, Hot Topic would body the fuck out of this planet, dude. With this fucking trend. Oh, shit. And, I just looked up, about Nebula's character. Yeah, she's like an edgy Sonic fan character. But is she a Mary Sue? Yes. There's no question about it. I mean, some of them are not so Mary Sue traits. That's a 1 point. But the rest of them are just Mary Sue as shit. Like, you see, when her eyes go purple, like, when she get angry or offended, oh, that means she's triggered. Yeah, she's triggered. Whatever, makes her feel offended. Oh my god. Looks like, looks like somebody's just pissing in our Cheerios. Oh.
That doesn't define her as a Mary Sue if that's what you were going for at the time. She literally just gave what I guess I would call a fun fact about her character. And also, you jump from one thing to another. Here, it's like, aren't you talking about how Goth Nebula needs to take constructive criticism and she needs to chill, and that she, quote-unquote, sent her White Knights after Dumbsville or something like that? And it's like, you don't have the evidence for that, first of all. Second of all, you were degrading her in different ways like Dumbsville was, and like Easterchu was. Third, you are just saying things that you want to say. I mean, I get it. Freedom of speech. But they should change it to freedom of tamed speech. Meaning, you can't just go trigger happy with your freedom of speech and just throw hate in someone's face and expect them to take it, and then you defend yourself by saying, no, I wasn't spreading hate. They need to understand that I was criticized. You can't even take accountability. If you're not going to be accountable for your free speech, then you are pathetic.
Oh, fuck. And listen, on this positive note, I have to say, like, I used to have mental illness as well, but, here's the thing. Criticism is, like, a medicine, right? It's like a medicine. You know, when you post like dumb shit, then
Criticism should not be compared to medicine in that way. But since you went there, and if I haven't said it already, you can very much say that criticism is like medicine in the basic sense that it's not always going to help you. It can boost you. It can also break you if you're not taking in the right type of criticism. If you're not taking in the right type of medicine, it's going to have its side effects, or it's definitely not going to be compatible with you. Medicine can hurt people. Medicine can really mess up people depending on the type, depending on the person's body.
when somebody criticizes you, you know, for putting up that dumb shit, you might realize that I'm the one who's been doing dumb shit. Like, you see how that shit goes? I mean, you need to prove more. Well, of course, that Dumbsville already said that, so it's about time for me to say it too.
No, you didn't have to do this. If Dumbsville did it already, why did you have to do it? Oh, wait, because you wanted people to understand that you may not have been harassing Goth Nebula. This is about you. And that's pathetic. And you use Dumbsville as a shield. I don't like it when you use Dumbsville as a shield. I don't like that Easterchu used Dumbsville as a shield. Even though Dumbsville went after Goth Nebula, still, you don't sit there and use his name to benefit yourselves.
This is not going to work. You know, when you had to keep posting, like, deviant arts, you know, kind of shit. And, is deviant art really that old to you? Like, it's been old for, like, a long-ass time, dude. I mean, good thing I haven't used deviant arts. Not even a single bit. Nope. Not even a little. I mean, I used to be, you know, good at drawing or some other shit like this. But, yeah. And since I am a friend, you know, to Brad Hedgehog.
Didn't you say you used to be friends with Brad Hedgehog? Because I'm going to timestamp. I am definitely going to show where you contradict yourself. You said, since I'm a friend to Brad Hedgehog, whereas before you said you used to be friends.
I have to say, like, I don't know if that's going to be okay, but we're all going to help you. Like, you know, these people in the comments, you know, that you reply to.
People in the comments and Brad Hedgehog, what, you're suggesting that at the time that you all could have been like a help group or a support group for Goth Nebula? So I'm guessing that you could have been psychiatrists or a psychologist at most. No.
We're going to help you as soon as possible so that you'll actually listen and be an actual human being.
Actually listen and be an actual human being. Actually listen and be an actual human being. Did you say this to her parents? Did you say this to her family? Did you say this to her friends? You're just saying this to your viewers. So, you want Goth Nebula to listen and be a human. She's not already a human being? Dude, you're a human. But your actions here, along with Easterchu and Dumbsville, very inhumane.
So that everything will be alright, okay? Okay, now we're just gonna be good. You're gonna be good, like, you know, good little boys and girls, alright? And, I feel sorry for the loss, you know, of that young girl, honestly, but why does, like, people have to use this as some sort of an excuse, man?
Because people don't always use it to make an excuse. Sometimes they use it to make a point, to show what you're doing is going too far. This person right here wished death upon Goth Nebula. Probably not the only one. But you have people who pressure folks into suicide. Goth Nebula was dealing with emotionally abusive people. Femboy Kirito too. In this video, you're being emotionally abusive.
I mean, using this as an excuse is not okay. Like, I know, people use them sometimes, but there gotta come a point when people just realize that they fucked up because they use the suicide as an excuse, or probably, a dumbass threat. I mean, there's gotta come a point where you need help, you need therapy, and probably you need to take some meds while you're at it.
So, here's the thing. I've had a couple of more folks I've known threaten me with suicide, one way or another, or threaten other people especially. I was not happy. I've been suicidal. I never threatened someone by saying, I'm going to do it if you don't do that. I never used it to pressure somebody. And then there's been plenty of people who came to me for help. Like, one or more, especially, who were freaking out over their emotions, what was happening to them, relationship problems, different things. They mentioned suicide, but they were not telling people, oh, I'm going to do this, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. No, they were saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This is happening. They were scared. My point is, I have dealt with folks who were manipulating, or rather manipulative, using suicide to manipulate me and others. And I have actually been there for folks who were not manipulating, but were simply crying for help when they mentioned suicide. There's a difference. Don't group them in the same way.
I know I said this again, but I just had to note this. So, in conclusion, is Goth Nebula a bad person? No, she's not. But she needs to get her, she needs to get herself checked. She needs to be cured about this because, like, I don't know, she's been getting, like, this kind of thing for, like, a few years back.
So, newsflash, her family probably knows nothing about you. They probably know nothing about Dumbsville and Easterchu, but one thing you failed to do was to change Goth Nebula. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about making this video? And you said all this. Do you feel good? Because if you happen to feel good, chances are you feel good because you said it. Because you put on an impression. Not because you were quote-unquote trying to help Goth Nebula. And if you were to win a whole lot of fans at some point over this, that's another reason why you would feel good. For the wrongest reason, because you manipulated your audience.
And it's been like 3 years since Dumbsville actually criticized her.
It doesn't matter. If somebody is hurting and folks are going around attacking that same person, talking behind their backs, and they're traumatized from it, they have a right to talk about it. Because it happens as a cycle. People have a right to know the truth. People have a right to speak. Victims have a right to speak. If Dumbsville was in Goth Nebula's shoes, if the roles were turned and Goth Nebula literally sent people to harass Dumbsville and broke him, I would be calling her out if that was the case. You're being biased, man.
And yeah, it's about time that I will, be making this video. And please do not, just take this seriously, because I know this video is probably a form of criticism.
You're saying please don't take it seriously. Then why'd you make it? You say she needs serious help, but you're also saying don't take this seriously. Does that make any sense to you? If you was to come back and see this, or even watch my video, if you do, It wouldn't make sense that you said, please don't take this seriously. But in the title, you got Goth Nebula, you need serious help. You just told Goth Nebula not to take you seriously, man. And she doesn't.
So I have to do this. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next video.
No, you did not have to do this. You wanted to vent and look good for the camera. And you're not even really on camera, man. It's all dark. Femboy Kirito 2, Easterchu, and Dumbsville. If y'all even see this video, you even hear my message, you have so much great potential that you could just prevent people like this person right here from spreading hate and telling folks to go off themselves. You could do so much, but you chose to beat up on Goth Nebula, to vent, for therapeutic, selfish reasons. So, right here, actually no, I'm gonna read this. Right here is not somebody who is spreading criticism, and they were linked to Dumbsville because people love to mention Dumbsville. Darkness Soul 71 mentioned you in a comment. Dumbsville channel is right. This motherfucking spoiled, slutty bitch is a fake. Ha ha ha. Oh gosh, she is so stupid. And her stories are complicated, garbage, a load of chicken shit. So fucking boring. And her fan character is a hoe. Her art stinks and fuck this bitch, man. Guys, this whore is the worst fucking writer in the history of writing. Why do you even care? Why did you care? And why do you if you still do? La la la, lol. Go fuck yourself, you gaslight, really. Why? You're pathetic and a waste of time. See? Go jump off a cliff and... Okay, yeah. No one fucking cares. You're not... yeah, you really had it in for her for the wrongest reasons. Using your mental health as an excuse. You're just a stupid little girl that can't think of anything better to do. Get a life, you lazy slut. Fuck you. Okay, seriously. Darkness Soul 71. If you happen to be around the corner, and if you don't, I don't care if you don't, but if you do, were you proud of yourself for saying all this? For wishing death upon Goth Nebula? This is a big deal. Stuff like this. Because a lot of people commit suicide for different reasons, but a lot of people, they feel so hated like they don't belong in the world. A lot of times they try not to give in, but this type of shit, it gets to them. So it does matter what happens on the internet. It does matter what we say. If I had said the same thing to Dumbsville, Dumbsville will have a right to come after me and tell me off. People will have a right to do the same thing to me. But no, it's Goth Nebula, so she shouldn't take it as a big deal because it's Goth Nebula. It's about favoritism and bias. So here we have Outcast Loner 1979, some hell of a name, and they apparently don't like Goth Nebula, and they're sharing her post from DeviantArt. Goth Nebula says, can't change a person. Sometimes in life we want people to change to something else, but we can't change for who they are. For instance, you like the person's artwork, but do you accept them for who they are by heart? Sometimes I get a lot of comments telling me what to do or saying that I should improve my grammar in my stories. Sometimes I accept the truth, but sometimes I don't. Not everyone is perfect for who they are. Like, my autism is hard to accept because I get shy at making conversations, feeling like I'm invisible to my family or being left in the shadows. We can't force ourselves to change because pretending to be something that you're not does not make you who you are. No one should change you to something you're not. We should be proud of ourselves to be born with our flaws and weakness because our flaws can sometimes help us find talents that we are good at and those that we are not good at. Never let someone nag you to do something for them, because if a person doesn't accept what you are, they're not helping you to be who you are. Just like one time a fake friend made me draw his characters. I realized that was not who I am because I was immature for not trusting myself. For instance, without my autism, I wouldn't feel insightful, visual, or creative. But my autism weakness is hard to avoid. But over time, I get better. Just like you guys that get better at getting older. The older we get, the stronger we get. Well said. I do agree with you, Goth Nebula, with that. And I have my weaknesses as well. And there's some times where it was hard for me to accept the truth and things. Have my denial phases. So yeah. A lie. So this person, Outlast Loner, says a lie, apparently directed at Goth Nebula. And they're like, I'm going to do this. I'm really going to do it.
I'm shocked she admits some things, but still, this is just to give people pity for her. This bitch cannot be trusted. Don't take her words as kind or wise. She is using this as an excuse to get attention.
Oh my God. You sound like an imp. Not just because I made you sound like that, but because you wrote that. And then they're sticking around trying to get their one-ups by seeing somebody else, quote unquote, call her out. And Goth right here says, let me do this. Thanks. Well, almost taking it better. She's replying to someone, of course. That's why I can't tell if the criticism are from trolls or normal people. Haters think my OC is popular or that she has no flaws. Of course she has flaws. Every character has flaws. It's just my former friend a long time ago made my character out of character and I got manipulated with his ideas, which is why I became the victim of haters spreading rumors and lies that I'm a terrible person. Kazumi the Derp, or whatever type of name that is, says, honestly, you don't deserve sympathy here, my friend. You aren't a victim. What you should do is take his advice and try to improve. You've been ignoring criticism of all kinds, and frankly, you need a reality check. Either grow up or get off the internet. Well, guess what? She's been growing up, and she didn't leave the internet. You mad? Seriously, it's not up to you. No matter how mature you may sound, it doesn't give you a right to harass somebody. Your words do not excuse you to harass somebody and to be verbally abusive. Stop hiding behind words. And then you say, I agree.
I agree. I definitely agree with the guy that replied to that bitch. He took the words right out of my mouth. I always knew God never was such a bitch. He cried me. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
You are such a fan brat. And then, here we go again. This person right here, Outcast Loader being an amp again. They share this. This is true. So let's see what is quote unquote true. Frisco for life. I mean, it's a better name than the other two, I guess. But let's do it. Well, to be honest with you, he kinda does have a point. I've read your stories, and to be honest, they're just mediocre at best, and most of them are pretty cliche, and are almost the same thing in different events. The guy in the video was just simply giving you a critique. You mean Dumbsville? Just say Dumbsville, man. And in all honesty, I've read your past journals, and you really have a hard time taking constructive criticism. Whenever someone points out your flaws, you end up making pity journals about it instead of just simply taking it to chin and trying to improve your stories. You're a good artist. You're just not a very good author. Also, you need to be more mature than this. You're not a child anymore. You're 25 years old now. Act like it and approach this in a more mature manner. If you keep on making journals complaining about this, people will stop taking you seriously. I'm not here to flame you. I'm just simply here to give you a word of advice. You should be more mature than this. So, I'm going to say this right now. the things that you see in Dumbsville's video, in Femboy Kirito 2's video, in Easterchu's video, even if they look like they're trying to help her, there is enough proof in their own vids that they are degrading her. And it's not okay. It's not okay for me to say Easterchu needs to work on her behavior in the video, and you know, I'm just trying to help her, and then I go say, hey, Easterchu, your mental health sucks and stuff like that. I say that part right there. It doesn't give me a right to say that just because I invited myself in by saying, oh, I'm just trying to help her and that she needs to work on her manners in the video. It doesn't give me a right to say something about her mental health. No, that's my point. They attacked Goth Nebula despite inviting themselves in by saying, oh, this is our criticism. Doesn't make it right. And this asshole says,
This is true. This guy is right about this conversation. And honestly, I am glad a lot of people hate Goth Nebula.
you're glad. You're glad. So, wow.
I'm glad a lot of people hate Goth Nebula because she's showing her true colors already. Everyone will start to get sick of her stupid pity journal stories, and her friends may have enough with it. This is why she gets betrayed a lot. It's because she is too soft and naive, as well as stupid and immature.
You little imp. I don't take you seriously. I don't even know you in person. I just know you by your internet persona right here. And I really couldn't care less if you see this video and said something. I don't even care if you don't see it. Because I don't care if people hate me. Because there are people who actually know me and can tell I'm not the way people try to make me look. So this person right here, I don't see their name, but they said, and I'm going to do this, Goth Nebula has not improved. I don't understand why people say she's a good writer. All of her stories are terrible. They lack proper grammar, they lack detail, punctuation is inappropriate, and she is too repetitive with her wording. I tried giving her criticism on her writing, and she wouldn't listen. She needs to understand that constructive criticism is imperative in the creative world. It helps us improve, not to hurt our feelings. It can hurt you. It really depends. It's like freedom of speech. It's like saying free speech can't hurt somebody, and yes, it can. Criticism is on a spectrum. Free speech is on a spectrum. I just wish she would just listen to my words for 1 second. All I was doing is giving her criticism, even though I was, oh my goodness, even though I was harsh. But isn't being harsh crucial in order for us to improve? If you're talking about tough love, this isn't tough love. This is degrading, and this is you slandering her. So no. She really needs to grow the fuck up and stop deleting constructive criticism. This is what I hate about Goth Nebula. So, it's like, what if I harassed this person and said, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. I care about you. I care about you. I'm pushing their buttons. I'm constantly saying the same thing to this person, going after and saying, I care about you. I'm worried about your safety, but I'm literally hammering them and making fun of them and say, oh, you need to grow up. You need to laugh. You need to laugh, man. And people are like, why are you harassing this person? Oh, because I want them to understand that harassing Goth Nebula is not cool and stuff. I would be in the wrong. Your words are different from your actions. Your words are different from your intentions. They're not going to connect 100%. I can call someone, I can call someone a slur. This person a racial slur. And then I'm like, I'm only doing it to toughen them up. No, I'm not. I'm making up a poor excuse to be racist and get away with it. Put me in that situation. You will see why it's wrong for me to hypothetically do that and why it's wrong for this person to come off this way. And guess what? Goth Nebula is her own person. So what if she doesn't change for you? You are your own person. Worry about yourselves. Be happy for who you are. If you are already, then cool. But you're degrading yourself by trying to degrade her. Now, I think this is something that Goth Nebula told me. Hold on a sec. I think she told me this was fair criticism towards her. At least it's not brutal. So I'm going to read this. This is my advice. You have no skill in writing at all. You are lazy with it, and you don't put enough detail into it. Your drawings are good, but your writing needs a lot of work. You have a life going on, and that's understandable. You have ADHD like me, and you seem to have trouble finding friends outside social media like me. I understand you. I honestly wish I could have a sister like you. You can fight, and you have friends on DeviantArt that really look up to you. I just want to help you. Try to improve your stories, but I don't want to force you, darling. This is your life. Your mind. Express yourself. I see you are wonderful with your drawings, and I adore them. You are shy and unable to express yourself well with strangers. I like some of your stories like Shadow and Amy being siblings, but also Silent does deserve Amy. I can see he feels for her, and he doesn't want to go into these emotions. Still, with your OC, I honestly believe she can face her fears if she really pushes herself into believing that she can do it. Scourge, I cannot pronounce, I'm sorry, wasn't always a pervert and arpist. He did suffer with a bad childhood, and he had little learning in what love really is. He doesn't understand it, and I hate that Nebula keeps treating him badly. Yes, he did cheat on her, but I think he may have loved her. He may hate to admit it. He must have been so heartbroken and depressed, even obsessed over her, that he does stupid things just to win her back. Against these odds, you should really look deep inside the villains that even the most baddest person has a heart. I will say this. Even if I don't completely agree with this person, I do like how they worded it. I do like what they're saying. Even if they sounded a little too harsh, I'm not saying they did. Even if I happen to think it, I think this is fair. Fair game, by far. I don't see any malice in this comment compared to the other comments. This is a humane critic right here. But Outcast Loner, once again, has this to say.
Behavior is something we need to talk about here. It's serious, and I know it is. First off, it's this. Goth Nebula don't listen to advice for anyone, not even her friends, and she doesn't think before she speaks. She thinks she is so mature and smart, but in reality, she isn't.
Okay, what does that have to do with... You are spiteful. You're so bitter and jealous, man. Or lady, whoever you are. Outcast.
Goth Nebula is nothing but a bitch that believes if she can use her mental condition of having ADHD as an excuse to make people pity her, she will get more followers. I'm disgusted by this.
Okay, you don't have to care. Here's my thing. I am not angry with Dumbsville to the point that, oh, I want Dumbsville to change. He's got so many fans. I'm sick of Dumbsville. No. The one thing that matters to me about Dumbsville is the fact that he and so many people have potential, but they used it to harass folks and degrade them and gaslight them. When we have been living in a cycle of hate, Dumbsville has potential to help reverse the hate and stuff. I feel Dumbsville has goodness in him, but you don't see me writing these type of posts and trying to make Dumbsville change and saying like, he's back at it again. Dumbsville's back at it again. I don't like you, Dumbsville. Yeah, Dumbsville, I got my eye on you. You don't see me doing that. But you're disgusted.
I'm disgusted by this, and she's like 27 years old. She's a full-grown adult, and she's shy, but no reason to be a bitch and get attention.
It's like age has nothing to do with it. Humans have emotions regardless of freaking age, idiot.
Goth Nebula doesn't know or understand the truth, and she's just a stupid lady with no brain.
You know what, Outcast Loner? If you happen to see my video or get word on what I've been saying about you, I hope you become my therapist. Because I can use the change. I really could. No, don't. Outcast Loner, you again. I know I put this stuff here, and Goth Nebula shared it with me, but you are just so repetitive.
I actually like her drawings. She does have good talent, but she just always does lame drawings for her stupid stories.
Didn't you say she was nothing but a bitch and stuff? And are you separating the art from the artist? Is that what you call it?
She always makes her bitch fan character Nebula the Hedgehog be Shadow the Hedgehog's boyfriend, which is disgusting. Like, seriously, her art is lame sometimes, but she does do a good job, so I won't say she is totally lame with art.
Why do you care? Why did you care if you don't anymore? Like, that is technically harassment because you're trying to you're basically, is it called a rhetoric? It's called what? You're trying to echo your hate into other people to agree with you. That's what you're doing. So that way they form an opinion about her that is grotesque and they end up saying things about her and then you end up saying you didn't do it. Not appropriate. So here, Demon Lone, isn't that the same Demon Lonery Yemi? Demon Loner, okay, that name sounds similar to Outcast Loner. Demon Loner Yemi 71. Oh my goodness, what? If it's you, Outcast, you really suck. Please, for the love of God, don't fuck up by making more Sonic stories. You just ruin everything. The stories for the love. Why would you involve God in this? Like the whole world depends on Goth Nebula not making a very bad story. You just ruin everything. The stories you do in Sonic are garbage. Also, don't be so sensitive because you're not going to find a man one day with You're not going to find a man one day with your behavior. Again, this is hate. This is not criticism. And it's stupid. And you're disgusting. And you're a piece of shit. Demon Loner. Or whatever your name is. That's getting old. You act like a drama queen teenager who can't grow some backbone. She has a backbone enough to ignore you. You're not even gothic. You're more like an emo right in a rock. Oh my goodness. Why would it matter to you? Don't be such a disappointment to yourself and your family. What does her family have to do with your stupid pint-sized ego? Why don't you talk to her family? Demon Loner Yemi, whatever your name is, why don't you go talk to her family? I don't care how old this is. You talk like you're some type of damn freedom fighter that you had to try to change her. Why don't you go to Goth Nebula's family and talk to them about your consent? Yeah, don't do it because it'll be harassment and you literally be looking for trouble. iPay2001 says, I just found you on Wattpad. Holy shit, I remember watching your videos back in 2010 to 2014. What's up, Nebula? This is a pretty darn another darn positive comment. Wait a second. This does look like Goth Nebula sucks. Okay. Outcast Loner. Okay, I think you're the same person. What? Goth Nebula sucks. Since you upgraded, I'm going to give you a different voice. Who likes Goth Nebula? I don't, because she uses her mental health. Oh, you poor thing. You don't like Goth Nebula. As an excuse for her lack of writing stories. She doesn't listen to advice, and she won't take criticism kindly. She thinks that people are trying to change who she is, but she is too much of an ego drama queen teenage brat that doesn't learn how to make up for her mistakes. Why do you care? She will write long journals on her deviant art, which simply talks about nonsense. If you're telling the truth, why do you care? She even refuses to art anymore, and she is too lazy to come up with a good excuse to explain why she doesn't do art as much anymore. She takes feelings can't never be reformed or have art. She takes people who don't side with her are bullies. Plus, she doesn't take Heart's words so well and blocks you when you give her advice, even pushing a little too far. Even if it was true about her, why would you freaking care? If she just blocks people and she really hates criticism and she's a bully or all these different things that people say about her, why don't you leave it up to her family to confront her? Why not? Why not let her go through the growing pains of maturing and stuff? I mean, you're bitching about her. This is what you're doing. You say she's a bitch. You're bitching about her. She is such, again, you are. She is such a bitchy child, nearly in her 30s and can't learn to move forward. She believes that she is doing everything right, but no, she is doing everything wrong. She harassed me many times, and she posts journals of advice so she can get this AI thing out of, oh, that's probably the picture. She harassed me many times, and she posts journals of advice so she can try to make people turn to her side. She is the worst person to be friends with, and she is full of horseshit. This is not criticism. This is not concern. This is you making a bitch rant. And I feel bad for you. I don't know how you're doing right now. It is not my place to see how you're doing, but this is definitely a hate message right here. You say that she harassed you many times. Did you ever show evidence of it? Oh my goodness. You people say she does all these things, and you're not really showing evidence of it. I am having so this type of username right here. And then this message right here says, this message may be offensive. And of course it's going to be offensive when I read it, especially I'm going to see for myself why. If any of you don't know who Goth Nebula is, so listen and listen closely. Dumbsville did not traumatize her OC emo looking wannabe ass. She always says that bad people can change. True, you mean True Love Heart. You put True. True Love Heart 94 harassed the Sonic Boom team, sent death threats over a freaking ship, and took away his apology for his ex-friend's aunt having a deadly illness, and all it took was one of the worst apology videos ever, and she thought, wow, he really learned his lesson. I don't remember Davey Vandy and what? And Hitler getting off the hook for saying sorry. Let's hope she stops acting like Dumbsville is the new Hitler. Also, if she sends her fans or they come after me, I would not hesitate to get people into this shit over her shit thinking. Oh my god, into this over her shit thinking. She can't even handle criticism. Every time, instead of taking the advice or ignoring the heat, she's like, is my content boring? Oh my goodness. Also, she said that she does stuff without suggestions or ideas from other stuff, but she has books that are based off other of what other stuff? What other stuff? You're just bitching about Goth Nebula. You poor thing. Seriously. You folks just want to say different things about her. Like all the folks who went after Silent Night 3, well, most of them, not all of them, just want to say things about her for therapeutic reasons, for selfish therapeutic reasons. It's like joining other people around a campfire and saying, "Oh, I remember Goth Nebula. She was like this ghost, you know, like from the ones you see in Five Nights at Freddy's, and she was the new marionette and stuff." It's like, oh, you poor thing. You're just exaggerating and fantasizing over Goth Nebula being a villain in Five Nights at Freddy's. You suck. Seriously. It's fun for you to talk about her. And it's stupid. Trent Walters. Oh my goodness. How lovely. Hey, got this. Does I am having a seizure ring a bell? Yep, it's me. You're not harassing her? I am having a seizure? You're not harassing her? You in this picture? Yep, it's me. So listen and listen closely. Dumbsville did not traumatize you. Didn't you say the same thing that you're saying over here? Oh my goodness. Dumbsville did not traumatize you. OC emo looking wannabe ass. You always say that bad people can change. Church love her arrested. Did you copy and paste this? Harassed the Silent Boom team, sent death threats over a freaking ship. It took away his apology for his ex-friend's aunt having a deadly illness, and all it took was one of the worst apology videos ever. And you thought, wow, he really learned his lesson. I don't remember Davey Vandy and blah, blah, blickety, blah. But if you were to tell me I say blah, 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 and then you go gobble, gobbly, goopity, gop. Seriously. And then you say again, stop acting like Dumbsville's the new Hitler and have a nice day. Also, if you send your fans or they come out to me, I will not hesitate to get people in each other. this is the same message. And every time, instead of taking the advice or ignoring the hate, you're like, is my content, but you also said that you do stuff without suggestions or ideas from other stuff, but you have books that are based off other stuff. Like I said before, have a nice day. Also, send your fans after me. Even make a video on me. I think this will be fun. Guess what? I'm making a video on you. What are you going to do to me, huh? And if you do something to me, you're going to wind up in trouble. So yeah, don't. I'm not afraid of you. Again, I don't care if you hate me. I'm the type of person who does not fear hate. I fear the chaos behind it. I fear people going out of line to hurt people and people losing their lives over it. There's a difference. You people want a reaction. You want to hurt people. And it's stupid. So, this is obviously someone that harassed her. One out of many people that harassed Dumbsville. Not Dumbsville, harassed Goth Nebula. But right here, this is something that was shown to me in regards to Dumbsville, and I want to make a point. This is somebody who contacted Dumbsville, rather, and I have more screenshots. Hey, I don't know if you remember me from Censor or not, but it's the Censor. I'm sorry things didn't end so well between, but to be honest, I'm glad we're not friends anymore. In my opinion, you were a raging, opinionated asshole in college. You constantly belittled the games I was into. You never gave the games I liked a chance while gushing over Metal Gear, and whenever I tried to argue a point with you, you emotionally manipulated me with threats of suicide or triggering your PTSD. I know I went too far with constantly trying to get you to play BioShock, but I desperately wanted your approval and to share something I liked with you, to find some common ground between us. I'm not sure if you even care at this point, but I'm doing much better now. I graduated, got my own place, and am pursuing a career as a fiction writer. I wish you the best for your career and personal life, but I would honestly still be fine with us never seeing each other again. Also, I still like L is Fight Me. So, I'm going to read this from Dumbsville and the other part. Censor. This is Dumbsville. I wasn't going to respond to this, but seeing that you still decide to send me this 6 years later instead of moving on, I'm just going to say my piece since you apparently don't know how to find your own. I remember you. I've had multiple mental struggles and breakdowns over the verbal abuse you gave to me. You're someone who I always had to walk on eggshells over because I was scared of making you angry, because you would always scream and lash out at me and or the people I considered close at the time. Simply put, whether intentional or not, you were abusive to me, and I do not wish to ever have a friendship with you ever again. You messaging me already has my heart racing, and I wish you just didn't bother and gave up on me. But it's also been 6 years. I was an immature person then, and I've changed a lot about myself. Sadly, your vitriolic message tells me that it doesn't seem like you have... I guess that's it. I really hoped that you would change yourself for the better so you wouldn't harm others like you did me. Sadly, you don't have the self-awareness to do that. I don't hate you, but you have given me a brand new reason to be disappointed in you. You're going out of your way to budge into other people's lives you've hurt instead of moving on with your own. I don't hate you, but move on and fucking grow up. You are the same age as me, I'm guessing. We are pushing 30. Move the fuck on. I hope your creative writing stuff goes well, but please never contact me again. I'm just going to point this out. I make grammar mistakes. I make punctuation mistakes. Dumbsville has a couple of more mistakes, but I don't care. I don't care that he has some mistakes because I can still read what he's saying. What's important to me is the context of what Dumbsville is saying. I'm just saying I can sympathize with Dumbsville. But now, in regards to these messages... And I'll say this for the person who shared this with me. I cannot pick a side over this, and I wouldn't. And I know that you were not aiming for me to pick a side. I'm just being honest for anyone who comes across this video. And my thing is, I don't know what type of opinion I would form, except for this happened between Dumbsville and this person right here. And it seemed like things were rather chaotic. And my point... if Dumbsville was traumatized by that person and people are using these images to show that he didn't change, it really isn't fair, because this wouldn't be evidence, at least not publicly. And if Dumbsville went through something really horrible with that person, if that person really did wrong Dumbsville, I'm sorry, Dumbsville, that you went through that. I really am. If the other person did go through what they claim you put them through, I would say I'm sorry for them. Either way, I'm going to say I'm sorry that both of you went through it. But this is the type of stuff that people use on, even people use it on Goth Nebula, they use it on Sonic Knight 3, they use it on Yoshi 1 or Akai. They use these types of messages, these screenshots, to try to prove that, oh, you had a little something going on, so that means you're terrible. And right here, you can't really tell, at least not from an outsider view. But Dumbsville has a life of his own. There are things about Dumbsville I don't know. There's things that he probably went through. And I can say that I'm sorry if he's had it rough, despite me calling him out. His emotions still matter. And yes, it is important to move on, but how you move on is also important. So if Dumbsville wasn't able to move on from things because people are calling him out and saying that, oh, remember what you did to me back in high school or whatever and stuff, it's like, it's not really fair. Just leave him alone. If you're telling the truth about Dumbsville, it's not good to go back to him and start that crap. But if you're not telling the truth, you're hurting Dumbsville, and you're also hurting yourself, and you're creating a pattern of drama. So with this, I say people think they can just dictate what is what matters, and what is true and not true based on their lust for comfort. Problems repeat because we're living in a global social tug-of-war of entitlement. Accountability is overshadowed by fame, favoritism, and selectivity. Due to this massive oversight, people struggle to truly understand why it is hard for others to move on, especially when they themselves can struggle. Moving on requires resolving and overcoming issues, regardless if old or new. You don't bury something because it's old yet still active. You bury something because it's done. When it comes down to those who harassed and threatened Goth Nebula, Sonic Knight 3, Yoshi 1, and Akai Jane, they were not truly worried about people's safety. Accusers such as Femboy Kirito 2, Easterchu, and Dumbsville were not worried. I should say they demonstrated that they were not worried about the well-being of Goth Nebula or how she quote-unquote affects the lives of others. It was all about their egos, favoritism, and views. I said was, not is, because I don't know how they are right now. They cared what their viewers thought of them, how you judged them. Their videos were therapeutic for the wrongest reasons, as done on Sonic Knight 3, Yoshi, and Akai. But my videos do not dictate the lives of Easterchu, Dumbsville, Femboy Kirito 2, or any others I called out. They could have people in their lives who were inspired by them for good. They could possibly be doing good things I don't know about. But no matter how old or irrelevant a person's actions, cause and effect still matters. Trauma still matters. Put Dumbsville, Easterchu, and Femboy Kirito 2, and Goth Nebula, Sonic Knight 3, Yoshi 1, and Akai Jane's shoes. Let's say I had a huge fan base of people making videos on the 3, with plenty of fans harassing and threatening them, while others calling them cyberboys without evidence. Imagine Dumbs, Easter, and Kirito trying to clear their names and gain justice for oh my god, my mistake. Speaking of mistakes, imagine Dumbs, Easter, and Kirito trying to clear their names and gain justice for years, only for my hypothetical fans and viewers to defend me and silence them. Silence them with an M. Then fast forward to people saying, it's old, get over it, to them, while did Dumbsville, Femboy, Kirito 2, and Easterchu change videos? Easterchu, Dumbsville, and Femboy Kirito 2 have human emotions like Goth Nebula, Sonic Knight 3, Akai Jane, and Yoshi 1, right? So reverse the roles, and I guarantee out of favoritism, many of you wouldn't be saying or doing the same thing about them. My point is, we live in a cycle of bullying and hate. And the cycle is caused by selectivity, favoritism, bias, and oversight. What happened to Mikayla Reigns and what Imane Khelif feel free to research, goes through could also happen to Easterchu, Dumbsville, and Femboy Kirito too. And we don't know if anyone would be planning retaliation on the three. You could be a bully, and someone still takes it way too far with you. Despite their mistakes, I am speaking up not only for Sonic 93, Goth Nebula, Yoshi1, and Akai Jane, I am also speaking up morally for Dumbsville, Easterchu, and Femboy Kirito too, despite what they've blatantly done. This okayism with how something matters and how it doesn't when we feel like it is ongoing, stupid, dangerous, and needs to stop. No matter how innocent or guilty someone is, we draw the line. Great numbers in support or fame do not make us immune to accountability. Small numbers in support or fame do not make our experiences irrelevant. Whether you are big or small in popularity, your safety still matters. This is what many people need to realize. People in politics, people on YouTube, people in general. Because hate is big. It's too much of it. And there's too many excuses for it. So, with all that said, I'm going to stop, and I am possibly going to make a video with a friend, and it's going to cover Mikayla Reigns and Imane Khelif and other victims of hate. And I just really, I don't care if you don't get anything out of this video. If you're somebody who doesn't like me, and you're just someone like, yap, yappity yap. It's like you do it on your own time. I mean, I don't care if you hate me. It's the fact of the matter that people use hate for malicious reasons. You want to hate me? That's your prerogative. Just don't get in my way. Just don't get in people's way that you hate. Just don't take it far and try to out them, try to erase them. Because hate is so much of a choice. It's a stupid choice. If you're not convinced to hate someone and you do it selectively, it is stupid, but it's on you. But you're not changing the world. You're not helping the world. Anywho, I hope for everyone to be safe. A lot of things are happening in the world, and a lot of people are suffering, committing suicide, getting bullied, being framed, harassed, slandered. The list goes on. You can help prevent it. And if you can't do much, if you don't want to get involved, just spread the word. Just give people a heads up. Educate. I don't even have many resources. You may be way more skilled than me. So many of you could be so much more skilled than me. But use that to help people instead of trying to act better than people. Munchkin Adversary out.